For centuries, it has been debated which martial art is the most effective and which has the coolest moves. You've probably heard about everything from the 1-inch punch to the dim mak.
What the hell is a dim mak?
Death touch.
Throughout the years, this competition between the different martial arts has escalated to such a degree that fake martial arts have become ubiquitous. We have black belt grandmasters who break fake concrete bricks.
To be honest, I actually felt these bricks. These are real bricks. I mean, there's no joke. Oh! Wow!
We have chi masters who beat their competitors without even touching them. And we have everything in between. But there's only one way to properly settle which martial art is the best, and that is in a tournament. That's also why the first season of UFC was so much fun, as you had sumo fighters taking on kempo fighters, and you had karate champions fighting boxers and so on. But long before the UFC, we only had movies to tickle our imagination. Today's video is about those underground lethal martial arts tournaments featured in movies, where the best fighters of each their style are gathered for the ultimate showdown. The movies are pretty formulaic and they're hated by the critics, but I love them. This video will just be a top 5, as I have only included movies where most of the plot takes place during the tournament. So no Karate Kid and no the King of Kickboxers. Here it is, my top 5 favorite martial arts tournament movies of all time. Number 5 is The Quest, a movie with a convoluted plot about how an old man became a great fighter, first by growing up as a leader of a gang of orphan thieves, then by being kidnapped by pirates and being sold to a Muay Thai trainer on Muay Thai Island. It is so dumb, but what can you expect from a movie written by the questionable martial artist Frank Dukes? But it doesn't really matter, because we are all here for the awesome fighting scenes and the exotic locations. Christopher Dubois teams up with the swindler Dobbs to go to a secret martial arts tournament in Tibet's lost city. Here they are going to steal a dragon made of solid gold. This tournament has everything you want from this type of movies. It has a great selection of fighters from all over the world who are quite the stereotypes.
Soviet Union against Spain!
Some of the characters may even be considered a bit racist these days.
Now he's got a style like a monkey.
But the fights get plenty of screen time and the fighting choreography is decent. Number 4 is Dead or Alive, a movie that is loosely based on the sexy and suggestive fighting game series of the same name.
You boys get off my yacht now, and y'all will avoid excruciating pain.
The movie is just as dumb, fun and insane as its inspiration, and it is completely over the top. What sets this movie apart from most movies within the genre is that it is led by a group of good-looking and badass females. As it goes, all the girls are invited to a secret tournament, this time on a remote high-tech island where you can win $10 million. The tournament is arranged by a shady character who wants to steal everyone's fighting styles using nanobots. But again, the plot doesn't really matter, because we're here for watching the beautiful visuals and the surprisingly well choreographed fighting scenes. The movie was actually directed by the same guy who directed the classic No Retreat, No Surrender, so he knows his shit.
Room service.
The acting in the movie is a bit rough, but overall the movie is so bad it's good, and it is just the perfect popcorn flick. Though the movie is style over substance, I think it's also very underrated. And I promise you, it will be the sexiest PG-13 rated movie you will ever watch.
Do me up.
Number 3 is Enter the Dragon. the father of all martial arts tournament movies. The movie kicks ass right from the first second, where Bruce fucking Lee takes down the legendary Sammo Hung just wearing Speedos. As with most Bruce Lee movies, this one also has its share of pocket philosophies.
What is the highest technique you hope to achieve?
To have no technique.
And it goes on.
What are your thoughts when facing an opponent?
There is no opponent.
And on.
Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon.
To me, this movie is Bruce Lee's James Bond movie, as he plays an agent who has to take down a mysterious villain on a remote island outside of Hong Kong. There he and 2 other Americans go to participate in a deadly martial arts tournament. The tournament is hosted by the opium drug lord and half bear, half man, Han, who has disgraced the Shaolin Temple and therefore deserves a whooping. Enter the Dragon has everything you would expect from a James Bond movie. It is set in a beautiful location, it has some sneaky scenes, it has one-liners,
Boards don't hit back.
and it even has a bad guy with a white cat. And of course it has this awesome mirror room fighting scene that will have you jumping in your seat. Number 2 is Mortal Kombat, a witty and wondrous martial arts action-adventure movie in which the fate of Earthrealm is decided in an interdimensional fighting tournament. In this colorful and campy movie, 3 of Earth's greatest fighters are invited to the tournament. We have the Chosen One, Liu Kang, the badass commando Sonya Blade,
Give it up, baby. I've studied all your moves.
Yeah, I studied this!
and my personal favorite, the arrogant and clueless movie star, Johnny Cage, who wants to prove that he's the real deal. Johnny Cage was actually based on Jean-Claude Van Damme. The movie has a fantastic set design inspired by Hong Kong cinema, and though the CGI effects in the movie have aged poorly, the movie still has so much personality and edge that it is a pleasure to watch.
Watch her carefully, Reptile. Keep her away from these humans.
And let's not forget about the fighting, which is amazing too. I really hoped that the new Mortal Kombat movie would live up to this one, but it took itself too seriously and felt forced.
Yeah, put a fucking shirt on, Magic Mike.
So I recommend that you stick with this one. Number 1 is of course Bloodsport, which is based on the true events in the life of the American martial artist Frank Dukes, who supposedly won the secret and lethal martial arts tournament, the Kumite, in Hong Kong in 1975.
Going to Hong Kong?
I love anything with full contact. Need a few more scars on my face.
I heard you can get killed at that Kumite.
Only if you fuck up.
I actually believed in this story as a kid, but now I know better. Though Frank Dukes is a questionable character, he still deserves credit for creating this masterpiece that has inspired an entire generation of martial artists. The movie has so much edge and charm that the corny plot and the cringe acting doesn't even matter.
You didn't flinch. You have fighting spirit.
You're not gonna call the cops?
So as a kid, Frank Dukes is trained to participate in the Kumite, which the movie shows us in a number of awesome training montages. I actually think that almost a third of the entire movie is made up of montages. Also, the movie has an amazing gallery of memorable characters, including the charming Jackson.
Hey, babe. You wanna go out with a real big man? No, huh?
And even the side characters are likable.
You Jackson? You look like a Jackson. That will make you Frank Dukes.
No. It's Dukes.
Gotcha. Like put up your dukes, right?
It was actually this movie that made me go to Hong Kong 3 years ago to check out the city myself. But unfortunately, half of this city has since been turned into skyscrapers and mini-malls. Bloodsport is one of the best martial arts movies ever to have come out of Hollywood.
Okay, USA.
And I love everything about it, from the story of the secret kumite and the amazing settings, to the movie's soundtrack and references to Enter the Dragon.
Whoa, yeah! Very good. But brick, not hit back.
Also, the fighting choreography of the movie is just excellent, where each character have their own distinct and believable fighting styles. And if you haven't already watched Bloodsport, you deserve a punch in the balls. Go watch it right now, because this video is over and it's time for me to leave. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you later.